Hey, on today's show, we're gonna make French onion pasta.
Mouth-watering family recipes, easy to make meals, humor and faith fill the inspiring show Dano on the Counter. Born with only half a spine, Dano Burkhardt was never supposed to be able to hold his head up. Despite countless surgeries, a stroke, leg amputations, and kidney transplants, Dano developed a contagious love for life. Join Dano as he shares his easy-to-make dishes and the hope that keeps him pushing forward.
For the French onion pasta, you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of butter, 1 large yellow onion, 1 cup of sherry, 1 cup of white wine, 5 sprigs of thyme, 8 ounces of rigatoni, 3 cups of beef stock, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, 1 cup of Parmesan cheese, and 1 cup of half and half. Hey y'all, it's Dano. We're heading over to the grocery store to grab our groceries to start cooking today. Just came back from Thanksgiving break there. What an awesome time. Hope everybody had a great holiday with their family and friends. I know my brother Luke was in town and my uncle Bill was in town, and their families had a great time hanging out with my cousin and my nieces. Unfortunately, of course, my brother Alan down in Florida wasn't able to make it, but hopefully we'll be able to see him soon. He has a new grandson down there, and they got to spend their first Thanksgiving all together down there. There's one thing I love about Thanksgiving, of course, is watching football all day, but also just enjoying all that great food. You know, I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to Thanksgiving, I'm not like the biggest turkey fan, but all those side dishes are my favorite. I love the broccoli casserole and stuffing and mashed potatoes. That I could eat just all that. I really don't even need the turkey, but I can tell you this, the turkey sandwich the next day, I'm sure you all can relate to that, is pretty spectacular. There's nothing like a cold turkey sandwich with leftover turkey the day after Thanksgiving. I remember as when I was younger, as a teenager, when my dad would take me hunting, we would get up, you know, at 4 o'clock in the morning and go out in the woods and sit. And to me as a young kid, it was very boring. The sun wasn't even up yet. And I was like, let's break those turkey sandwiches out, you know? Let's start eating those because there was nothing else going on. And I know as a young kid, I was always thinking about food, and that's probably why we have this show here today now. But I remember going back and sitting in the woods there just waiting for these deer to come walking by that never walked by. But we had all these turkey sandwiches and we would eat them, and then by the time lunch came, we're like, forget this. We're freezing cold, we're soaking wet. Let's go back to the house and eat something. I'm sure a lot of you hunters have stories similar to that as young kids, hanging out with your dad and grandparents, of course, and doing that. But it was all about the snacks that they would pack for you out in the woods, and just hanging out with your parents, and that special bonding time, of course, was always a great time. But Thanksgiving is a great time also. You know, all the meaning of it obviously is to be thankful. So much to be thankful for. My health, obviously. Thankful that I'm feeling great. My kidney's working. Haven't been able to go to the hospital and have any lengthy stays there, and just feeling great. And thankful for friends and family, you know, people that are in my life that encourage me each and every day. Thankful for all of you for watching and sending me comments and emails about the show and how I encourage them each and every day. Just thankful for all that. So much to be thankful for this season as we get ready for Christmas here in a couple weeks. Of course, celebrating the birth of Jesus. What an amazing story. And of course, we're most thankful for that and what he's done for us and what he's done in my life. And I hope you are able to spend some time with your family and friends and spend some time in reflection and remember all those things that you're thankful for. All right, hey, on today's show, we're gonna make a French onion pasta. Kind of like a French onion soup, but it's gonna be pasta based. instead of like the croutons and all that. It's a one-pot dish. It's really easy. The longest time it takes is just cooking those onions off, about 20 minutes. It's a one-pot deal, which I love. Tastes excellent, and it has pasta in it, so who doesn't like that? So we'll get some Parmesan cheese, because we're gonna need that, and then we'll go over and grab our onions. All right, so we're gonna need a couple cups of Parmesan cheese, so we'll grab a couple of these, and then we'll head over and grab our onions. For our French onion pasta, obviously we need some onion. So we're gonna get one large sweet onion here, and we're gonna just thinly slice this. You want long strands of onion in it, and then you're gonna saute them, brown them up. Use those bits that cook in that butter to make the actual soup or the sauce that it cooks in. So we'll get one onion here, and we'll thin this really, really, really thin. All right, to make our soup, add that flavor in there. We're gonna need a couple sprigs of thyme. We're gonna let this cook in this sauce, and then we're just gonna pull it out. Nobody wants to bite in the actual pieces of, like, what is this, grass, I guess. Nobody wants that in their soup, so we'll just cook this in there with our onions and our broth, and then we'll pull it out at the end. All right, for our French onion pasta, we're gonna need some sherry, and then we're gonna need some white wine just to deglaze that pan, get all those brown bits from those onions we cooked off. So you just need about a cup of this and a cup of the white wine. All right, to add some more flavor to our dish, we're gonna need some beef broth, then with our white wine and our sherry, make that sauce to cook our pasta in. So I just need 2 cups of beef broth. All right, can't have a pasta dish without our pasta. So all we need is 8 ounces of rigatoni, 1 pound box, just about half a box. All right, we got everything we need for our French onion pasta. The only thing else we need is some garlic and things like that, seasonings that we have at home. Now that we have our pasta, we have everything to make our broth and our cheese. We're ready to go. Head to the house, start cooking.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Breathe easier with oxygen from Dick's Home Care. Oxygen concentrators give you a continuous oxygen supply at home. Oxygen cylinders supply oxygen without power. And portable oxygen frees you to go. Dick's Home Care technicians will set your oxygen up and make sure you know how to use it. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers, and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
Your value is not determined by where you are in life right now. Your label cannot keep you from Jesus. It should drive you to Jesus. They may have birthed you, but they didn't create you. How many times have you heard this? Make him Lord of your life. You can't make him Lord of your life. You cannot make him Lord. He already is Lord. God never intended you to live on a bridge. There are times and seasons in your life that are a bridge from A to C, and we make a home on a bridge and we wonder why it went bad. The greatest thing you can do for your sense of value is pick up the Word of God. You don't need another book. You don't need some other author tell you, I'm not against books, I'm not against authors, but the Word of God is medicine unto your soul. You need to remember your redemption so you move forward. Sometimes we got to go backwards in order to go forward.
I want to encourage you to join us every Sunday here on ABC at 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. You can also catch the archive of our messages by visiting transformationchurch.org. Transformation Church. It's who we are, it's what we do.
Hey y'all, welcome to the kitchen today. Today we're gonna make a one-pot French onion pasta. Many of you had French onion soup. This is something that doesn't take nearly as long because we're gonna use some beef broth that's already prepared for us. We're just gonna cook down some onions. We're not gonna bake it off in the onion and do the bread and the whole deal. We're just gonna make it all in one pot, ready in about 20-25 minutes. I'm sure that your family will enjoy this on a nice cold winter day. That's kind of the theme right now. It's cold, it's December, so we'll get going here. To start off with, I have a couple of tablespoons of butter in my pot here. I'm just melting this off over some medium-high heat. And to that, I have one large onion that I thinly sliced. And you want this real thin as you can because you want them all to cook evenly. You don't want like some piece of raw onion all of a sudden popping up in somebody's plate. But we're gonna cook these down for quite a while. So put that in there. Let those saute. And then one of the keys to this, to get these onions really sweated out and get them to cook, is I'm going to add a pretty generous amount of salt to this. I usually don't use a lot of salt in any of my cooking, but for this, to draw the moisture out, to cook those onions, to get them nice and brown, that brown color that you're used to with French onion soup, I'm going to add, about almost 2 tablespoons of salt to this. So just a good pinch to that. And that's really going to draw all that moisture out of those onions and cook them up. So we're going to sweat this for about 5 minutes. Just let them go, let them cook. They're going to brown, and that's fine, because that's what you want. You want that caramelization of those onions in that pot. So I'm just going to cover that, let that cook for a good 5 minutes there to get those onions cooked down. All right, so we have our onions here. They're caramelized. They're getting sweated down here. They're not quite done yet, but I'm going to leave the lid off here so they can cook down a little bit more. Try to draw some of that moisture out. And then we're going to add the moisture back in, but we're going to add the flavor of the beef in there. So as these brown up, it's okay if they start sticking to the bottom. That's what you want. You want that little bit of onion flavor mixed in with the soup. So you're just going to let these sweat down, cook down, and really caramelize. It's going to take probably another 10 minutes to let these cook. All right, so we have our onions here. They've gone probably almost about 20 minutes now. We have them cooked up really good, nice and brown. You can see the little crusty parts in there. That's fine. That's what we're looking for. Now we're going to deglaze all this with some beef broth. That's going to add that flavor that we like. Hold on 1 second here. We're going to add, about 2/3 of this, about 3 cups. And it's going to help take all those bits off the bottom of the pan. And then to that, we're going to add our sprigs of thyme. That's going to add some really good flavor in there. And then our white wine. Not the drinking wine, just the regular cooking wine. And then some sherry, about a cup of each. Then we're going to bring this up to a simmer and just kind of scrape the bottom of that pan, get all those bits of onion and butter and everything all mixed together. Bring this to a boil, because then we're going to add our pasta to this. And we're going to cook our pasta in that liquid. So it's not like technically a soup, it's more of a pasta dish, but it's going to have the flavor of the French onion soup. So we'll let this go, bring this to a simmer. It'll take a couple minutes here. Once that's brought up to a boil, then we'll back it down to a simmer, let it cook for about 10 minutes to let the rigatonis soften up. And then we're going to make the cream sauce for it, and that's pretty much it. So we'll just let this go for a second, and then we'll add our pasta. All right, so we have our noodles cooked here. We cooked about 12-15 minutes almost to cook those rigatoni noodles, a little bit thicker. But you can see it absorbed most of that Worcestershire sauce we put in there, just a little bit of a teaspoon of that. We have our beef broth in there. Of course, we have our butter and our onions. Now I'm just going to take these sprigs of thyme out of here, because nobody wants to eat those. If I can grab them here with our tongs. You don't want them to get stuck in somebody's teeth. Just got to root around in here and find them. Another one. Should be another one in here. There it is. Oh, I grabbed a noodle. Save the noodle. And then The last thing to do is just add our cheese and our half and half. We have about a cup of half and half here. I'm just gonna add that in here. And then we're gonna add a whole cup of Parmesan cheese. So about 8 ounces of Parmesan. Add that in there. And that's gonna make an awesome sauce for this pasta. We're gonna turn this down a little bit because everything's cooked. We're just melting that cheese in there. And you can tell how that's starting to change color there. And it has an awesome beefy onion flavor. I mean, it is really good. I think I spy a little sprig of thyme. I'll just grab that while we see that. But no biggie. And that, we'll let that cheese melt in there. We'll give it a couple more stirs, and this will be ready to eat. You want to eat this hot. You don't want to let it sit around too long. You don't want that cheese or anything in that cream to separate. So you want to try to dive in this as fast as you can when it's good and hot. But as this melts together, this really does look really good. We're going to head over to the studio for a little inspirational message. We'll see you back here in a couple minutes.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Stay in your home without worry with Bruno mobility products from Dick's Home Care. Bruno has the highest rated stair lift of any brand. They're American-made quality stair lifts and are expertly installed in less than a day. Keep your loved one at home and safe from falls on the stairs with a Bruno stair lift. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Disabled? Lead an active life with a wheelchair from Dick's Home Care. Your wheelchair will be properly fitted to you for your comfort. Choose from Dick's full line of mobility products, including manual wheelchairs, custom manual, power wheelchairs, and scooters for both adults and children. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Hey y'all, welcome into the studio today. Today I want to share with you obviously a more personal story. This is the first holiday season, the first Christmas without my mom. As you know, and I've talked about a few times now that, my mom passed away this last March, and this is the first set of holidays that we're having without her, and having her around. And I didn't get to spend every Christmas with my mom, and she lived down in Florida for the last few years, and it was hard for us to kind of get together and with some things going on there, but this year, of course, with her actually being gone and not being able to even call her and wish her a Merry Christmas is very difficult. And I know there's a lot of people. I'm trying not to get choked up here, but I know there's a lot of people that are dealing with the same thing. Their first year without their loved ones, and I know how heartbreaking that is, and how hard that must be for everyone, and I'm not, excuse me, not trying to be depressing about this on a Sunday morning. I'm always so cheerful usually and so excited, but I just think back of all those great memories that I have with my mom and the things that she's done for us and made those holidays so special for us, for me and my brothers. But not having her there and not having, even a phone call from her, we'll miss that for sure. And I know, there's things that you probably remember about your loved one, either a grandfather or even a parent or even a son or daughter. I can't imagine what that tremendous loss must be like for you during this time. But I want to encourage you to focus on those great memories that you do have with your loved ones from the past. Those good times that you did have with them, that you're able to sit around the table and talk about with your family now, and reflect on those good times that you had with them, and share some funny stories that happened. I remember my mom was always a great cook, and I remember one time she had made ham and bean soup after Easter Sunday. We'd use the ham bone, and she was going to use that ham bone to make ham and bean soup. And she had cooked it almost all night, let it sit on the stove, and let it simmer, and was trying to get the meat off the ham bone there. And we woke up in the morning, and we don't know what happened, but it had the most awful smell in our house. It was absolutely terrible. And I don't know if it was the beans or maybe the ham bone had gone bad or something like that, but it was absolutely terrible. And I remember my dad taking that pot and putting it out on the street. We couldn't even have it in the house. It smelled so bad. We had to open up the windows and let the air circulate through the house to air it out, because we could not get this awful smell. I'm sure my brothers are laughing when they see this, but we could not get the smell out of the house. But that was something my mom, I don't know what she did, but it was not good. And we ended up throwing the whole pot away and everything, because we just could not get rid of that smell. But I'm so thankful for those great memories and those things that we have to share with each other. My mom was such a loving person and caring person. She would do everything she could to make those holidays so special for us. I remember weeks before, we're making Christmas cookies, and our kitchen counter, dining room table, our living room coffee table, anywhere that she could put a cookie to rest, there was a cookie in that house. She would make tins and tin after tin of cookies for all of our school teachers, Sunday school teachers, baseball coaches, family friends. We had so many cookies in our house. It's amazing we all weren't, 300, 400 pounds. But she would make like 10 different types of cookie, and we'd have them scattered around the house to cool off, and she would make all those. And I remember, making them with her and spending those time, rolling out the dough and decorating the cookies and preparing those. And my brothers, of course, remember those. And I'm sure you have those memories of your loved one and things that you did during the holidays, those family traditions. But that's things that we're going to miss, unfortunately. Some of those recipes, we don't even know where they are. So I don't know that we'll be making some of those cookies again, but we do have those memories that we can hold on to. And that's really what I want to encourage you, those of you that are going through this. Of course, you're on my heart, and it's weighing on me this holiday season, that I'm thinking of you, and I appreciate your prayers. If you're inclined to pray for me this holiday and my family as we go through this as well. But it is a tough time, and I'm not gonna say it's easy. Obviously, you can probably hear it in my voice that those memories though are something that we will always cherish until we can spend every holiday, of course, in heaven with her and celebrate with her again. That's one thing that I'm so thankful for. My mom is also being a great mother to all of us boys, and loving us and taking care of us, is that she shared her faith with us and brought us to know God and to trust God. My mom was sick many times, of course, in her life, struggling with diabetes and things like that, where she had hospital stays, and her strength really inspired me and encourages me. Oh, man. But yeah, my mom means a lot to me. And I get my faith, my strength from her. Of course, my dad too, but those are things that I'll always cherish, that she showed strength when she was going through those tough times. And that really helped me develop, excuse me, who I am today. Because seeing her go through those struggles and never losing faith, always trusting in God, to get her through those tough times. So I know I'm excited because I'm going to see her again, but I also want to encourage you to have that same faith. And hopefully this show inspires you as well to keep that faith, though. Always trust God and His plan. Even in this tough time of loss, that there's a reason for it. It's part of God's will. And in the end, something amazing is going to happen. Maybe somebody will come to get to know the Lord because of this loss. But just encourage you in your faith today to never fail. Let your faith fail in God and who He is and what His plan is for your life. Have the strength to endure another day and always trust Him that He will get us through this tough time in this holiday season. So I encourage you today to rely on Him, give it to God, and also, sorry, I didn't mean to cry on TV today, but always trust Him that His direction is what is right, and what He has planned for you is the perfect solution to everything that we go through. We just have to trust Him that He's going to get us through it, and I'm thinking of you, and I'm praying for you, and you're going to get through this, and God is going to get us through this tough season of life. But we're encouraged by what He has to bring for us next, and those great times that we have to look forward to. He doesn't want us to be sad. He wants us to rejoice that we know that our friends and loved ones are in heaven. We'll see them again, and we can take joy in that. So I hope that's encouraging. Sorry that I got a little emotional there, but hey, that's just life, and I guess I'm a softie. I don't know, but I hope that encourages you today. So let's head over to the kitchen and let's enjoy some awesome food. Hey y'all, welcome to the dining room here. Sitting here with the crew. We got our French onion pasta, a little bit different than just a typical French onion soup. Threw some rigatoni in there. Got some nice beef flavor with that beef broth and caramelized onions. So let's try it, guys. Give it a whirl. Let me know what you think here.
That's different. That's very good. I've never had a pasta with that kind of onion flavor. It's pretty cool.
I'm not a huge fan of onion, but this is really good. I like the flavor. It has a very strong
onion and beefy flavor. Yeah. Yep. Like the soup, but on pasta. All right. Well, hopefully you guys at home can give it a try. Let me know what you think. Shoot me an email. Let me know if you tried it and if you liked it or not. I appreciate everybody tuning in and watching the show each and every week. Thanks for joining us today on Dano on the Counter. We'll see you next time.
Your label cannot keep you from Jesus. It should drive you to Jesus. God never intended you to live on a bridge. There are times and seasons in your life that are a bridge from A to C, and we make a home on a bridge and we wonder why it went bad.
I want to encourage you to join us every Sunday here on ABC at 5 a.m. and 12 p.m. You can also catch the archive of our messages by visiting transformationchurch.org. Transformation Church. It's who we are, it's what we do.